So this short video is going to be basically on the thermal monocular. I said I was going to do some reviews on the equipment that we used on the Margay project, or are using on the Margay project in Panama, on the pros, on the cons, how we found it in the field, the good points, the bad points, obviously, and also any advice that we can give to you that you might be able to use on your project, or if you're potentially in the market to buy a thermal monocular. What to look for, what not to look for, and perhaps some considerations. We used thermal monoculars in season 1. We used 2 different types. This one, which is pretty much an entry-level thermal monocular, which has recording capabilities. The second was higher level specifications, but did not have recording capabilities. So let me quickly show you some images of what we found through this one. But please remember that this is an entry-level specification thermal monocular. It's not going to give the same results as something like, a $4,000 or $5,000 thermal monocular with higher specifications. Most thermals have the ability to take stills and video shots. The first sequence here is stills, so we'll go through. They've also got a palette, so this is black hot. Roosting birds are easy to find, by the way. White hot, still image. This is a fusion through to red hot. The next video, this is quickly through night vision to show you what it is. It's a Tamandua mexicana. To give you an idea what you can actually look through when you go hit thermals. This is the same animal through fusion, and then we go through the palettes: red hot, white hot, and black hot. So moving straight on to the pros for a thermal monocular. On the market, there is an enormous range of thermal monoculars. Base magnifications, sensors, manufacturers, slight designs. This is a real pro. The binocular and multi-spectrum binocular have less options available for the consumer, for the prospective purchaser. So if you're going to buy a thermal monocular, you're actually got a good choice. So the second big pro of thermal monoculars are their size. They're very compact. They're quite robust. You can pop them in your pocket, you can pop them in a rucksack, you can use them, have them in the glove box of your car. Obviously they're quick to turn on, scan around and see what you can see. If we compare that in size to something like for instance, a night vision, let's compare some. So night vision binoculars that are like that size, thermal binoculars are that size, about. And if we go to multi-spectrum, they're about this size. So the compact size is a great feature. It also means they're easy to travel with. Now, one thing that's got to be noted, obviously, that thermal optics and night vision optics are restricted in some countries. So please ensure that if you do start traveling with thermals or night vision, that you are compliant with the law of that country or wherever you're in. The other thing to note with monoculars and a lot of these types of devices is that the batteries, some are internal lithiums and other are removable lithiums. So on to the cons. Let me show you a short video of how we scan with the thermal monocular in Panama from season 1. This will help you perhaps visualize how we scan and the issues that eventually arise. In this environment, in the Neotropical Rainforest, scanning arboreally, we don't just scan in 2D along like this. We have to actually scan from the downwards on the floor up and into the forest canopy. But of course, that's on almost 300 degrees right around the tree. So we can actually scan like this, down, 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 or you just literally go up, down, and you carry on doing this for for hours, as long as the survey takes at night time, which obviously gives you quite a lot of eye fatigue. Okay, as you see, basically, if you're spending 6 hours a night each on a platform or observing through one eye, you start to get eye fatigue. And with the night vision, obviously you're looking through this, it's quite illuminated, your other eyes in the dark, and it can start messing with your eyes a little bit. So while they're really great monoculars for short-term use, for really long-term viewing, for many hours viewing, there is a negative, because it does start to create quite bad eye fatigue. If you're going to use them for a long period of time, if you're going to use thermals for a long period of time to observe or whatever you're going to do with them, I would thoroughly recommend you start looking at binoculars or multispectrum, not as a thermal monocular. So we've got eye fatigue. The second thing is, what I personally found was, with thermals, it's quite hard to get a depth perception, to work out the depth, the distance to an object. It's hard anyway with thermals. With a monocular, it just takes 50% of that away almost. I found it really quite hard. So I had much better depth perception with binoculars and multispectrum than I have with a monocular. So that is also a factor worth considering. Okay, so I've gone through the pros and cons of a thermal monocular. My advice if you were to go and think about getting into the thermal market and buying a set, is to go and try them. Ask a friend, go to a shop, go to a show, have a look for yourself, because they really do vary. They vary in the base magnification, they vary in the internal sense, they vary in the battery, they vary on what you can actually see through the screen, which can be a big thing for you, how you perceive an image. So go and try them, and just don't try one or two, try as many as you can, and don't get carried away by the salesman who wants to sell you the best resolution sensor and the highest specification. Do you actually need that? Really, do you need it? My last piece is a personal piece, and that is, if you're going to go and buy I'm a big fan of thermals. I think the potential is huge for them. I think they're really underused by all sectors. What I'd hate to see is somebody want to get into thermals, go and buy a unit and be really disappointed, because it's going to put people off thermals, and they're going to get a bad reputation. So please go try them. Yeah, make your choice. Don't let the salesman make that choice for you. So yeah, that was a little video on the pros, cons, some advice, some very personal advice on my thoughts on thermal monoculars. I have to say, I'm absolutely freezing. It's the middle of winter, and we're about to leave for Panama day after tomorrow. So hopefully in the next videos will be from a different climate, a different environment. So thank you very much.